Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's take a look at the euro currency again. Well guys, as you know, the recent comments from the European Central Bank has some information that European Central Bank is a bit worried about disinflation and that increases the chances that Central Bank probably will launch some sort of the quantitative easing programs and if investors right now talk that maybe they will not start to buy the government bonds, but they probably could trying to buy the corporate bonds. Anyway, this information from the European Central Bank has hurted euro really significantly, and you can see the market has shown the plunge down. In fact, if you have read our weekly research, we have a lot of different patterns that suggest possible further downward continuation, and it seems that our target around 122 even area will be reached sooner rather than later. In fact, on the weekly chart we have the bearish stop grabber that suggests the taking out of these lows, but the real value of the stop grabber is not even with this target because it stands very close to this area, but mostly because this pattern could become the triggering pattern for downward action, and in particular this pattern could start the further continuation right to the 122 area. On the daily chart we also see some hints on the possible further downward continuation. First of all, here we have the clear action that is very common for retracement, so a lot of overlapping session. We have discussed this on Friday. Deep retracement day by day, spikes and so on. But also this not very steep actions, rather gradual. It's very typical for a retracement, and it looks like the bearish flag pattern. If we will apply here the classical approach for the estimating of the target of this possible butterfly, you know guys that the target of the flag, of course. You know guys that the target of the flag is equals usually to its mast. So in the mast of the flag stands right here, so that's line, as you can see, from this top to this bottom where a flag has started. We should clone it and drag here and count it to the downside. In this case we will get approximately the same area, 121.87. It's very close to the 122 target on the monthly chart. Also here we start to see some sort of the bearish pressure because you can see that trend stands bullish, but price action absolutely doesn't support this. And so this really plunged down. In fact, has erased this potential for the upside continuation. Also, if you remember, we for a long time discussed the possibility of the breakout for this resistance. I don't have the fib levels here, but you probably remember that this is 50% level of this move down. Also, that was the weekly monthly pivot point. The market has failed to pass through it, so it has tested once, second time has failed, returned it back down and dropped below the weekly pivot point in the previous week and continue move lower. That's looks bearish, and probably we will. So currently we probably start to think about taking the short position with the target is 122 even. Also, guys, we right now could count on this ABCD pattern. So this move down A, B, C, and D point, and if you will calculate these targets, you will see that ABCD has the objective point right at the same area as 122. That is what we have on the daily chart. On the 4-hour time frame chart here, guys, I also have mentioned this. I have marked this ABCD with the letters. Just do not draw it because it will lead to the contraction of the chart and will be looking not very pretty. That's why I have posted just letters about the important points. Also, guys, we do not have market hasn't completed our ABC 161AD initial ABCD pattern. And recall what we have said, that sooner or later market should return back down and hit the target. This probably should happen very soon. Also, you can see here we have the weekly pivot support one. On the hourly chart, if market will turn to the retracement, and since we have discussed the possibility of taking short position, here guys, we like this area because it stands with the weekly pivot point, its previous lows. Also take a look at this cluster of the fib levels in 24.50, approximately 24.70. If somehow market will form here a double ripple buy, for example, because thrust is just perfect, market really could show this retracement since euro currency likes the 50% levels, and the target of the double ripple, usually the minimum target is a 50% resistance level of the thrust down. So we think that this level could be very attractive for a possible taking the short position, mostly because retracement up should not be very deep, because market just has finished the retracement. So you can see on the daily chart that was retracement. Market just has finished it, and showing deep retracement to the downside is not normal for current development, because market right now stands not at oversold. The support area, that's monthly pivot support one, and the oversold here already has been respected by this action. Market has returned right back down, and besides it has returned very fast. So retracement probably should be mild, not very significant. And from that standpoint, this level seems suitable for that perspective. The one question is whether market will start move here to the upside right now, or probably will try to clear out of these lows, hit some targets, weekly pivot support one maybe, and only after that will return to retracement. But anyway, on the coming week we probably should keep an eye on this thrust down, and keep an eye on the possible retracement for the taking the short position. The target, as I said, will be at 122 even, although market could take some pauses in this downward action. Maybe at the daily oversold, this could take some pauses, approximately 123.25. It's also coincides with the weekly pivot support one, by the way, in the coming week. And also we have some target on the weekly shorts, 122.75. So if you already know analysis, you will understand what I'm talking about. But they finally probably market still will reach the 122 area, and we should think about how we will take the part in this journey to the downside.